Hello everyone. I would like to thank you all for attending my little séance here at Trelawney's House of Tarot. Now, as some of you may know, typical séances involve usually Ouija boards and things of the like. However, I prefer to use a sort of more intuitive method, if you will. So, I'm going to take the time to light some candles, and then we'll get started. As I do, I would like to ask you all to take deep, steady breaths and relax as much as humanly or inhumanly possible, whatever the case may be. Thank you ever so much for your patience. The scented candles I am using are primarily sage-based. I find it cleanses the room of negative energies. However, if there are any of you who are in a particularly cynical mood, I must request that you vacate the premises immediately. Good. Now that we have the cream of the crop among us, I'm going to invite you all to interlock hands. Yes, don't be shy. This is to form a protective barrier, a ball of light, if you will. Now, how many of you have attended séances in the past? A show of hands, yes? Oh, good. So we do have some experienced folk among us. For those of you who are new to the experience, I'll give you just a brief explanation so that there aren't any surprises. Then again, there's always a surprise or two at a séance, isn't there? So what we'll do is we will ask you to remain as silent as possible, and I will channel the energies in the nearby vicinity. Now, during this time, I typically experience an influx of, spirits and the like. I can never quite say who's going to join us. But in the event that there is an evil entity in the area, I will dispatch of them as quickly as possible. You may feel a bit of a warmth in the room, followed by a quite nasty chill. but I will do everything in my power to safeguard us from this. So now that we're all holding hands and we've covered the basics, I think it's time for us to get started. I'm going to request that you all close your eyes. Yes, that's good. And take a deep breath in and hold it. And then let it out slowly. If you ever feel a bit shaky during the session, I request that you do this very same thing. Good. Now, I'm going to ask that anyone present who is of the undead or permanently dead persuasion, please make themselves known. I'm getting something. It's a woman. She has a lilting voice, deep red hair, almost scarlet, and it reaches to her shoulders. Sensing the word rose, ruby, Rowena, that's it. She says that she would like to speak to someone named Henry. Is there a Henry in the room with us? Oh, lovely. That was a quite quick contact, wasn't it, Henry? So now, let me see what message Rowena has for you. I see. Oh. Yes, I'll pass it along, Rowena. She says that you'll find your car keys between the couch cushions. And she wants to remind you to put the toilet seat down. Yes. Okay. She also says that you really shouldn't be eating lasagna every night for dinner. And if you are, you should pair it with a salad. Greens are good roughage. I'm guessing Rowena was your mother, Henry. Yes, either that or a very, very protective wife. All right, Rowena, it was ever so nice talking with you. Please do visit sometime again soon. Lovely. Okay, now I'm going to see who else I can reach. I'm seeing an older gentleman this time. Grey hair, bit of a mustache, one of those handlebar marvels. Yes, Frank. I think his name is Frank. Oh, no, Frank. No. I don't believe they're here this evening. Yes. No, I do think she's scheduled for next weekend, though, so do return, please. Would you like me to leave a message for her? Okay. Well, I'll pass you on to my receptionist. Okay. Thank you, Frank. Okay, moving right along. This time it's a woman. Betty. Betty? No, that's not right. You'll have to speak up, dear. Yes, you're mumbling a bit. Yes, there can be a little bit of a disconnect on this side, so please do speak clearly and succinctly if possible. Beatrice. Oh, I'm sorry. Beatrice is, well, she's not quite sure who she's looking for. She says it's a visitor in town. I see, Beatrice. So it's not someone you were acquainted with while you were in the living world. Oh, all right. Beatrice is trying to contact someone who is, well, in a little bit of danger. Yes. Oh, she's your ancestor, whoever it is. They are in the room, she's certain of that. Someone who's visiting here for maybe the Halloween holiday. All right. Oh, she says that you're here on a little bit of a respite, a retreat, if you will. But the person who is behind this entire vacation of yours is, well, they have ulterior motives. Yes, I do think it's you, dear. You're new in town, correct? Just here for a short spell. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Beatrice. I will pass it along to them. Thank you, Beatrice. Yes. Well, yes, maybe next time we can have a spot of tea. That would be delicious. Now, I must warn you. Yes, Beatrice. I will pass along the message. Thank you. Signing out now. Dear stranger, I must warn you that Beatrice is quite adamant that you are in grave peril. Yes, I believe she was trying not to scare you earlier by saying that teeny bit of danger, but I do think things are rather dire. Well, what I'll do is, on your way out, remind me, and I will give you an amulet of protection, just to be safe. All right. Yes, we wouldn't want anything untoward happening to you now, would we, dear? No, not in our little Sleepy Hollow. So, I am feeling a bit drained now, everyone. I think we'd better take a short break for the evening, all right? And a little intermission, if you will. But if any of you would like refreshments, they are in the lobby. And, well, if any of you would like to leave at this point in time, thank you so much for coming. And, well, I do hope you received the information you were looking for. Good night. Now, dear, can I speak with you for a moment in private? Good. Just step aside here. Perfect. Beatrice did mention that you, well, you are in quite grave danger, so I have this amulet here, as I mentioned, but I don't think it will do much good if magic is involved. It has its limitations, after all. I am not a powerful sorceress or anything of that variety. There is someone who can help, however. From what Beatrice is telling me, it's someone from your past who's come back to, well, pay you a visit, and not the good kind where you sit down and eat crumpets and sip on honey tea. I'm not referring to that at all. So, I'm going to refer you to someone. I don't think she's still open, but do travel there first thing tomorrow morning. If you make your way out of my cottage door here and go down the lane, she has a tiny shop set up at the end of the street there. Yes, of Main Street. Right here in Sleepy Hollow, of course. She'll be able to help you. Now, her bark is worse than her bite, so pay her no heed if she has snide remarks for you. She is quite a sarcastic thing at times. But if you catch her in a good mood, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Yes. So I do recommend you head there, and she'll be able to provide you with something that, well, safeguard you against anything that visitor from your past may have in store. Oh, lovely, dear. Now take care, and if you need anything, you come back and see me. When you go tomorrow to my friends, tell her that Trelawney sent you. Yes, and you'll know her storefront because it has a large black cat sitting in the window all the time.